Hey guys, what's up? It's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another Is It a Dupe video. I know you guys love these. I love making them. It's so much fun, and today is really special because I'm talking about a new brand that just launched recently called Alter Ego, and this is their very first palette. It's called Temptress, and this one is inspired by the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sultry palette, and to my knowledge there's no other sultry dupe on the market right now, at least an exact dupe like this one, so it's super exciting. I do have the sultry palette, so I'm going to be comparing these two today. I'm going to do some comparison swatches. Also, I'm going to do a look, one on each eye. So I don't know if you guys can see a difference in my eyes, but you'll find out pretty shortly which one is which. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. So first, let's just talk about the palette really quickly. It retails for $16. It's cruelty-free and paraben-free as well. And I do have a coupon code that I'm going to leave on the screen and also down in the description box to save 15%. So it brings it to $13 and change. Plus, they're offering free shipping on every order right now, as well as 2 free eyeshadow brushes. So definitely, if you want to take advantage of that, don't forget to use my code. It's not an affiliate code and I'm not making money from it. They just gave it to me to pass along to you guys to save a little bit of money. And packaging wise, this is really super nice. The lettering on the outside is raised up, so it adds just a nice little touch. It also comes with its own box with all the ingredients on the back, and it also has the ingredients listed on the back of the palette as well. Also, it is made in China, in case you guys are wondering that as well. And also, you're getting 18.5 grams of product in here. And then on the inside, you have all the shadows laid out. They're not laid out in the same order as the Sultry palette, so there's a little bit of difference there, but otherwise each shadow matches up perfectly to the other. And it also has the shade names listed right on the palette, which is really nice, as well as a mirror. And then the palette also has a really strong magnet as well, so it's going to stay closed if you want to travel with this. I tend to keep the outer boxes that they come in just so that I can store them that way and just keep them clean and nice. You don't have to keep this obviously, but I love how it's just really nice and slim and easy to store as well. I think they did a fantastic job on the packaging, especially at this price point. Normally at a drugstore price point like this, you're getting something that's kind of flimsy and plasticky, and I just think these are really sleek and beautiful. All right, so now let's go ahead and jump into some live swatches. I'm going to swatch each one side by side. I'm just going to set it to music really quick, and then when we're done, I'll come back and let you know my thoughts. So I'm sure, as you guys can see, the Temptress palette definitely held its own pigmentation-wise in a swatch against the Sultry palette. I think they're both really pigmented. I actually think the Temptress palette had a lot less fallout than some of the sultry shades, especially when it comes to the shimmers. The shimmers in here, while they're really vibrant and really pigmented, they also are very crumbly, and as I was swatching, I could see kind of the little crumbly bits falling everywhere. And the shimmers in the Temptress palette are really smooth and really buttery, and they just hold together much nicer. So that was definitely one big point of difference between the two. As far as the matte shades go, I felt like they were pretty comparable. They felt very similar. They both felt really soft and blendable as I was swatching them. So now why don't we go ahead and get into the look that I did today, because I think that's the true test. Swatches don't always tell the whole story. So I'm going to go ahead now and show you how I got this look and show you which one is on which eye. All right, so starting with the Sultry palette, I dipped into the shade Twig, which is a medium taupey brown. It's a little bit more on the cool side. And I used this as a transition shade starting in my crease and then blending it up and out. And this shade in particular in this palette is a little more difficult to blend. I had to really, really work on this just to get it to blend out nicely. I'm not sure if it's because it's a cool tone shadow. Sometimes those can be a little more difficult to work with and a little bit patchier, but I really had to sit there and blend this one a lot. And then on the Temptress side, the matching shadow is Uptown. So I applied that one to my crease as well. And I found formula-wise, this one was a little bit easier to blend. Actually, it didn't have quite as much fallout. When I dipped my brush into the pan, there wasn't as much powder going everywhere. And even though I did have to work a little bit to blend this color as well, I do think it's this color in general. I thought it was easier to blend out than the Sultry palette, which really surprised me. And then next in the Sultry palette, I dipped into the shade Dystopian, and this one is a really deep, rich, chocolatey brown. And I wanted to put this just in my outer corner, and I also dragged it underneath my eyes a little bit. And just like Twig, this one is also really powdery. It did have some fallout. I could feel it kind of coming down onto my cheek a little bit, but this one blended a lot easier than Twig did. It's a lot more pigmented, and I really didn't have any issues with this shade at all. And then in the Temptress palette, the matching shade is called After Hours. It's that same rich chocolatey deep brown. So I applied it to the same area of my eye, and I felt like it was just as pigmented and just as easy to work with as the Anastasia palette. I really didn't notice a whole lot of difference at all in formula. I could have really been using the same palette. It was pretty much identical. And then for my lid shade in the Sultry palette, I dipped into the shade Rose Quartz. This is one of my favorite shades in the palette. So I went ahead and tried applying this with a brush, just dry first. And it applied okay, but I wanted to give it a little bit more punch. So then I tried applying it with my finger, which definitely helped a lot. But in the end, I decided to just apply it with a brush wet. So I sprayed a little bit of the Pixie Rose Glow Mist on my brush and just patted it on my lid that way. And it really came out beautiful. The only downside I would say to these shadows is that they do have a ton of fallout in the Anastasia palette. As soon as you dip your brush into these shimmer shades, they just kind of crumble everywhere. They make a huge mess. So that's just one thing to keep in mind about that. And then in the Temptress palette, I used the shade Champagne, which is the same sort of beautiful shiny rose gold. And this shadow definitely felt a lot different than the Anastasia one. And again, I applied this first with a dry brush and then moved on to using my finger just because I wanted to do it the exact same way. And then finally I used a wet brush to apply it. I just wanted to make sure that everything looked really consistent across the board. So I did all of the same exact steps that I did with the Sultry palette. And I actually enjoyed working with this Champagne shade a little bit more. It almost doesn't have as much glitter in it as the Sultry palette. I feel like it's more shiny than glittery, and it definitely held together much better. I didn't notice any of those little crumbles falling down, but it was still really easy to pick up with a brush. It just felt really buttery and rich and creamy, which I loved. So I really do like working with the shimmers in the Temptress palette a bit more than I do the Sultry palette. But other than that, I feel like the eyeshadows were really pretty much neck and neck the same when it comes to application. And then here's the finished look. I feel like you really cannot tell the difference between my two eyes. One of my eyes is more hooded than the other, so it always makes the application look a little bit uneven, but overall I feel like just intensity-wise and pigmentation-wise, these really do apply exactly the same. All right, guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and just do a wear test. I'm really curious to see how the Temptress palette holds up versus the Sultry throughout the day. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my errands and eat lunch and all the stuff I would normally do, and I'll check back in with you guys probably around like the 6 or 7 hour mark just before it gets dark and it's dinner time, and let you guys know how everything's holding up. Hey guys, I'm back. It's been about 6.5, 7 hours since I applied both eyeshadow palettes, and I have to say they both still look really good on my eyes. There's not much fading going on. I would say the only thing is I noticed a tiny little bit of glitter underneath my eyes here, just like a little fallout. Not too bad though, and I would say it's pretty much even on both sides, which is okay. One thing I did notice, because I was editing some of my earlier footage throughout the day, and I didn't see it on the viewfinder of my camera as I was filming, but once I actually watched the footage back and looked in a mirror as well, I noticed that the rose gold color in both palettes is a little bit different. In the Temptress palette, it's not quite as as pink as it is in the Sultry palette. So both of my eyes looked a little bit different, I could tell, and also I thought that the Temptress side also looked a little shinier and more foiled too, so that was kind of interesting. And even now, just looking in the mirror quickly before I came back on camera, I noticed that the Sultry side definitely has a little bit more glitter, while the Temptress side just looks sort of shiny and metallic, like I said before. And also, even when I was watching back the live swatches, I noticed that with that particular shade, they're not exact dupes, but I would say the other shades are. It's just that one that's just the slightest bit different. And I also noticed that depending on how you look at it, sometimes it can look the same, and then in another light, it looks slightly off. So it's just kind of interesting that that one shade really isn't quite a match, but everything else seems to be. And you guys, overall, I am so incredibly impressed with this Temptress palette. I think it was even easier to apply to my eyes than the Sultry. I liked the shimmer shades better, just in the sense that they weren't as crumbly, they didn't have as much fallout to them, and the mattes were just as pigmented and easy to blend. So for $16, I would say this is an amazing dupe, and definitely if you've been looking for a dupe for the Sultry palette, I don't think you'll be disappointed in this. Also, please don't forget to use my code, which is BEAUDICTION. I'll leave it right here on the screen for you guys, just so you can save a little bit of money. So anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the new palette. What do you guys think? I'm always curious to hear your thoughts. And also, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button down below, and also please consider subscribing to my channel. That way you won't miss any future videos. I do reviews all throughout the week. I do a lot of dupe videos, a lot of drugstore makeup, as well as hauls on Sundays. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.